Packers fans, and we know that we've had a Packer crowd for a little while.
This is big if they can be like decent again now because get some more viewers.
But this is a great day for Packers fans because Jordan Love had his best game of the season. This is what you wanted if you're Packers fans. I know a couple weeks ago Brian Gutekunst called out Jordan Love, and Packers fans were really up to here. They were saying we need to see better quarterback play, or it's over. In the past few weeks, Jordan Love really has turned it around. I know that they didn't win last weekend, but they're 2-1 over their last 3. Today he finishes 27 for 40, 322 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pretty good performance. And what did he do today that the Packers haven't done all year long? He had the touchdown drive to take the lead, basically to win the game. And we haven't seen that. We didn't see that against Atlanta. We didn't see that against the Broncos, against the Raiders. So many times this year we've sat back and said, wow, Packers could be really good if they had just had a couple things go their way differently at the end of games. Today they get it done. Are we seeing a turnaround? The Packers are 4-6. If the Vikings lose to the Broncos tonight,
Which they will.
No, we won't. But if they do, they'll be one back of the 7th seed. So it's like, you can look at this and say the defense held the Chargers offense to only 20 points a week after they light up Detroit. This is a good day to be a Packer fan.
You know what's super promising too is Jordan Love, even though Green Bay lost last week to Pittsburgh on the road, Jordan Love played a good game. Like, he made a lot of throws that game, had a lot of drives that I haven't seen most of this year. And now he comes home and follows it up with an even, probably a better performance than what he put on last week. Just to see him continue that bit of success. And now, like you said, as opposed to last week when he threw the pick in the end zone, he wins the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good day to be a Packer fan, unlike me.
And then, sadly for the Packers, Aaron Jones carted off the field today. Looks like his season should be over.
No, that's not what they're saying.
Really?
Actually,
I was going to say
the preliminary scan said the ACL. It looks good. They don't know for sure yet, but there's a lot of optimism. He'll probably be missing a few weeks. But LaFleur said they're expecting to have him back this season.
Oh,
it doesn't look like it's going to be too
bad.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, look, even as a Viking fan, you never want to see someone cart off the field tearing an ACL.
Hey, drink some beer, have some cheese. It's a good day.
It's a good day to be a Packer fan. And you know what? There was one thing that annoyed me at the end of the game. I don't know if you guys caught this, but the Packers had a 3rd and 6, I believe it was, around there between the 40 and 50, their own 40-50. And they just ran up the middle and gave the ball back to the Chargers. I was kind of disappointed in that play call not to go and win it there. I was upset with LaFleur there. Is that justified, or you think in those situations it's fine, just run up the middle, make the Chargers use their last time out? There's like a minute 50 left or something. Go win the game, right?
I'll yield to Ziggy. I didn't watch that part.
Yeah, so here I think I can tell you why this wasn't a good decision.
Wait, which one? To run it?
To run it, yeah.
Okay, so you're with me.
There's Justin Herbert. I will just say this. I know the focus isn't the Chargers, but he had maybe the best game by any quarterback this season and was completely let down. And that final drive was the perfect example, right? Quentin Johnston had the game-winning touchdown.
Yep.
It hit him directly in the hands over the shoulder. Then it hit him directly in the chest. Then it hit him on his wrist. And then it hit the ground. If he just catches the ball, it's an easy game-winning touchdown, right? So, the fact is you put yourself in a position where you're saying, Justin Herbert, we don't trust you in the Chargers offense to be able to score. And it turned out okay, right? Because it turns out
it worked out.
It turns out the Chargers just can't draft, and Quentin Johnston is a guaranteed bust.
Sorry.
All I'm saying is you don't want to play chicken with Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense too much. I didn't like the call, but it worked out. So what are you going to do?
I think the Chargers are the most disappointing team in the world in the last 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just so pathetic.
Well, we still talk about it.
I've been saying this forever.
No, I mean, the Chargers might be the most.
No, you say Herbert. You say Herbert.
You're anti-Herbert.
You hate Herbert.
I hate Herbert, but I think the Chargers, ever since Phillip Rivers, just
I mean, they're absurdly disappointing. Yeah,
Fat Phil's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but they've had really good quarterbacks, and they just can't. They can't do anything.
He had his 10th kid.
That's crazy. You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
The Chargers have they have a plus 21 points differential, and they're in 4th place.
No, you still talk about that. Well, that's the Herbert effect there. When you talk about them, and if you go to the Chargers, which we know already isn't really a home field advantage, but if you're playing LA, that's a tough game still. You still go, we could lose that because Justin Herbert's a maniac.
Yeah.
They just have they just find ways to lose.
I look at the schedule. Let's say a decent team's going on the road to LA Chargers. I'm like, they could win that game, but they never do.
Yeah, it's
frustrating.
The fact that they're 4-6 and the fact that the Vikings lost to the Chargers is just, the Chargers are one of those teams that you find they always find ways to lose. The fact that the Vikings topped that, like, very on brand, but
they topped it. Yeah.
And you can see the meltdown, right? I mean, Brandon Staley's seat is getting warm. Every week, people keep asking him. People keep asking him every single week if he's going to stop calling the plays because the defense is so bad. He lit up a reporter for asking that.
No, he's done it. At 4-6, it's over. I'm sorry, he's done. It's all done.
Who's on a hotter seat in LA? Brandon Staley or Lincoln Riley?
So Lincoln Riley just has more money guaranteed. So honestly, I will say this. I think Lincoln Riley has shown himself to be one of the most overrated college coaches of all time. He's good at one thing and one thing alone. Setting that aside, I don't want to talk too much college here, but Brandon Staley's not making it through the end of the season. I think the Chargers have to find something new.
Who's the biggest disappointment?
You're wasting every single year with Justin Herbert. You're wasting the prime of a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Who's the bigger disappointment this year, the Chargers or USC?
USC. Well,
USC.
I also called USC. I knew.
Well, no. USC got Kingsbury, and that was it. Didn't we all say once Kingsbury came down, Caleb Williams?
I said Caleb's overrated. They had like the 3rd best odds to win the national championship. I mean, this is absurd. They lose at least 4 games. I had this all on record.
No, we should go back and find it. You know, he wrote FND on his fingernails.
Right. Then I said Kingsbury will come and screw them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question:
USA.
Do we think Dorsey goes to the Chargers?
As what? Like head coach?
Dorsey flexion
as a head coach?
No, I
mean, think about how good he did with Allen. Herbert, not totally different than.
Well, I mean, he did okay. Like Allen,
Herbert doesn't. This is the thing. Herbert doesn't need a new head coach, right? The issue is not on the offense. The issue is there's 2 main issues of the Chargers. One is they just need a new general manager. They failed to surround him with talent.
Could he
bad free agent? Yeah.
Would Ben Johnson go to Chargers? You think is that a possibility? I'm trying to think of a couple candidates.
I mean, I think what you do is you bring in an offensive guy like Ben Johnson. Bring in a new general manager to go with him, somebody who can actually draft talent and sign decent free agents who you don't have to cut 1 year into like a $70 million contract, and hope things get better.
Yeah. We'll think about the Charger wish list of coaches. We'll have to think about a little bit, but I have to imagine Ben Johnson. That's just the name that's popping into my head right now.